Good evening, I'm Anna Jabłońska and this is Poland Daily. Central Anti-Corruption Bureau has detained Jacek K., former Deputy Minister of Finance. He has been under investigation due to a gambling scandal revealed in October 2009 and later hushed by the previous government. Polish law prevents the mentioning by name of the individual under criminal charges. Therefore, Jacek K. could only be addressed as the Deputy Minister of Finance in the years 2008-2015.
The gambling scandal in question refers to a legislation which introduced a 10% markup towards sports-related objectives in casinos, arcades and low-yield slot machines. The CAB filed a report to the Attorney General regarding this matter. Within the report, it was estimated that the lack of application of the markup has cost the National Treasury 469 million zlotys. We are currently fighting with the white-collar mafia. That is why we introduced a program of expanded seizure. We are doing everything we can so that malpractice such as the one that led to today's arrest will not occur again. Jacek K. was scheduled to hear his first charges in 2014. However, the decision has been changed and the case was written off until 3 years later, in March 2017. Zbigniew Ziobro, the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of Poland, also said today that in 2015 there were only 329 people accused of value-added tax extortion. By today, the number has risen to almost 900. Moreover, the number of people temporarily arrested for the same crime has almost tripled, from 160 to 540.
Further developments arise regarding last night's report concerning Mr. Tomasz Komenda, the man wrongfully convicted of rape and murder of a 15-year-old. As a result of his conviction, he spent 18 years in prison. Today, Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki announced that Mr. Komenda will be receiving a special pension in the amount of 4,000 Polish zlotys.
Nothing could make amends for the misery that Mr. Tomasz Komenda has endured as a result of his wrongful conviction during his time of imprisonment. However, a righteous country must act and must lend him our aid. Hence, I made the decision of awarding Mr. Komenda a special pension, which he'll be receiving until he obtains compensation in court.
Polish military has purchased the latest Patriot missile system. The news made quite an impact around the world yesterday, but more importantly, it is a crucial step for increasing the country's security. Colonel Marek Michalak told Telewizja Republika that the defense system can upgrade Polish military industry up to latest standards.
Order is split into 2 phases in order to speed up the preparation by the armed forces. Eventually, System Wisła will consist of 8 line batteries equipped with radars and 2 kinds of rockets. The US Army is currently working on development of a 360-grade radar, which we want to obtain. But the works are still in progress and we decided to use the current configuration, since waiting for final set would delay the process beyond 2022. The most important agenda is the transfer of knowledge. This is the main goal of the offset. US companies have worked for years to establish certain technologies which we will obtain, and I believe our industry will get a chance to implement it and have a shot at producing our own systems.
Polish magazine Rzeczpospolita Daily published an interview with Francois Hollande, former president of France, regarding defense issues. The French politician called for a European alliance to be more independent from the United States, the country he considers unpredictable.
Hollande brought up his offer of strategic partnership that France proposed to Poland in 2012. After Brexit, France will be the only EU member with nuclear deterrence capability, and Europeans should defend each other. Asked whether Poles can count on France in case of emergency, Hollande said that as much as in September 1939, when France declared war to Nazi Germany. Poles, however, remember the phony war of 1939, when French divisions failed to open the Western Front despite agreement with Warsaw. This led Nazi Germany and Soviet Union to overwhelm and crush the Polish defenses. Some historians suggest that had France made the right choice in September of 1939, the Second World War could have ended in just a few weeks.
Roman Catholics celebrate the Maundy Thursday today, which is the beginning of Easter. Today's holiday is especially important for priests.
A priest is a servant of not only the faithful, but of everyone to whom the Church sends him, also the ones that do not believe. The Maundy Thursday's Eucharist is performed by a bishop in a cathedral before noon. Priests of the diocese take part in the celebration and solemnly renew their holy vows. Priesthood is my way of life, it's my whole life. The thing the Cardinal mentioned just now, that we are to serve everyone, is something I'm still learning. However, I'm more and more convinced that if I am to be a priest, then I should be this kind of a servant. We are very grateful, not only because we can show that we are proud of being priests, but also because we can count on prayers of many of the faithful. During the Holy Chrism Mass, also called the Holy Oil Mass, the bishop blesses the oil for the ill, the catechumen's oil, and consecrates the chrism. The chrism is a mixture of olive and balsams, which is used for anointing the sacraments. Later in the evening, all the parish churches hold holy masses, which feature a Maundy, which is a rite of feet washing, performed by the priest celebrant. Every year on the Maundy Thursday, the Pope symbolically washes the feet of the poor and the prisoners, following the example of Jesus Christ. The Maundy Thursday marks the beginning of the Holy Paschal Triduum in the Roman Catholic Church. Liturgy of these days is filled with symbols and celebrations, preparing us for the Lord's resurrection holidays.
Pope Francis is known for his spontaneous and natural gestures. Participants of yesterday's general audience got to witness this in full.
During his ride in the Pope Mobile on St. Peter's Square, the Supreme Pontiff noticed a mother and her son with Down syndrome. The Pope ordered to stop the vehicle and let the boy sit beside him. The happy child had a short ride with the Pope among the faithful. During the ride, the leader of the Catholic Church even took a sip of some yerba mate that he got from one of the pilgrims.
Thank you for watching Poland Daily. Please join us tomorrow at the same time. Good night.